And now I'm gonna talk to you about two albums that I've been meaning to talk to you about for a long time now. The first of all would be Hypocrisy's Catch-22 album, which is the album that got me into Hypocrisy. I'm not gonna say that it's one of the best Hypocrisy albums, because I'm not that much of a fan of Hypocrisy. I've listened to some of it over here and there, and every once in a while I get into this death metal phase, and Hypocrisy has always been there for me. I like a lot of the work. I can't tell you exactly which album, but I like some of it. I think it's very good. But this is the one that got me into them in 2002. Sorry, I think it's one of the best albums that they've had for a while. I mean, I think it's a very nice album. I've heard there's been some critique about the drum sound and how they're the voices of Peter Jackson sound. And apparently, it's all the critique comes from the fact that it sounds a bit too much like the sound that American new metalish bands had at that time, which I think it's kind of dumb if you ask me, because I think it's very good album overall. Maybe not the same maybe not the same classic sound by Hypocrisy, but I think it's still a very good album. And it has a lot of I think that the opening song, Don't Judge Me, it's a very strong. I think Edge of Madness is very good. I really love Another Dead End for Another Dead Man. Turn the Page is also a very good song. I mean, it's 10 songs in the normal edition, 11 if you have the Japanese edition, but I think the 10 songs are very solid, and I think they're it's a great production. Obviously, Peter Jackson always does the production for Hypocrisy. It's a very good album. I can understand that it's maybe not the sound that people wanted from or were expecting from Hypocrisy, but I don't see that as a bad thing. I think Peter Jackson has the credentials and the credibility to go and experiment with the sound and still do something which is believable and rather pretty good. Yeah, I think that's gonna be better for you and for the video, right? There's also a re-release, which is basically a re-edit, which is that they did in 2008, which is a Catch-22 version 2.0.08. They redid the vocals and redid the mixing of the album and remastered everything. I listened to it, I downloaded it, I got it. It wasn't as convinced. I thought some of it was lost on that reworking, but a lot of people actually found it that's better. I don't know why, but well, that's people, right? And the other album that I wanted to talk to you, it's one of my favorite albums, one of the albums that actually meant to me a lot when I was younger, when I was 18, 19, barely 17. I'm talking about Something Wicked This Week comes from Iced Earth, one of the classic albums from Iced Earth, which is the fifth album of Iced Earth. It's the first one they had after the Dark Saga, which is when this is the albums when they actually started to win up this momentum, where a lot of people were paying attention to Iced Earth, and well, at least in my world, that's when a lot of people actually started listening to Iced Earth, and a lot of people. This is the album that a lot of people got into with Iced Earth, because of that's when they got more exposure, more everything. I mean, it's not that like the other ones are, the previous albums are bad. It's just that Something We Do This Week comes was like the album. It has most of the other songs that people know them, like Burning Times, Melancholy, Disciples of the Light, Watching Over Me, which is a great song about the death of John Schaefer's friend. Standalone is a very good song. I don't know, the whole thing is very good. My Own Savior is a very powerful song that takes you by the walls and doesn't let you go through the whole song. Blessed Are You is a very romantic song, and it's very dedicated to the fans. I mean, that's great, that's good. I think they have a lot of this sides to them that are very interesting in Iced Earth, and I think you can see a lot of it. And of course, this is before Alive in Athens, which is a great album, which is sorely, it's seriously sad that they had to do some working on it. Other than that, you had Matthew Barlow at his best, singing through the career of Ice of Earth. Even I think even better than Dark Saga was, and then Burnt Offerings. I think, and it's a very good concept. The guitar playing by John Schaefer, it's great. Bass guitar by James McDonough is also great. Mark Prater does albums, and does drums. It's great. The whole thing, it's great. I think it has a lot of talent there. That it's that it gives a special sound at it. I think Jim Morris from Morrisound Studios, which we talk about, did a great job in producing this album. And it's also very important because this is the album that introduced us to the Set Abominate character, and this trilogy of songs that John Schaefer is very good at working at. Like this mini concept albums that he makes within his album. And the 3 songs, Prophecy, Birth of the Weekend, The Coming Curse, are just songs that just take you away. Overall, I would think that I would give Hypocrisy's album maybe an 8, because like I said, I think there's a lot of people that won't like it, and even though if it's very good, and I would give Something Wicked This Week Comes a 9, because it's a very, very rounded up album. Well, that's all for this week. See you together. Oh yeah, I cut this video called Dance With Me by this band, female-fronted Croatian band called Omega Lithium, which I wasn't able to post on the Facebook page, but I think you guys should check it. It's a kind of danceable electronic metal, but very hard, very heavy in the guitars and the drums and everything. Very interesting. I think you should check it out. And that will be all. Have a nice weekend. A nice week.